Hi guys. Welcome to this channel. In this video, we bring you a complete list of all the CEOs of Nigerian banks, categorized by their license types. These are the visionary leaders driving innovation, financial inclusion, and economic growth in Nigeria's banking sector. Ready? Let's go. 1. Mr. Roosevelt Ogbonna is the Managing Director/CEO of Access Bank plc. He holds a bachelor's degree in banking and finance from the University of Nigeria, Nsukka, and an MBA from the University of Lagos. He is also a fellow of the Institute of Chartered Accountants of Nigeria. 2. Mrs. Nneka Onili, ICP, is the Managing Director/CEO of Fidelity Bank plc, marking the first time a woman has led the bank. She holds a Bachelor of Law degree from the University of Nigeria, Nsukka, and a Master of Laws from King's College London. She has over 30 years of experience in the banking sector, having worked with Standard Chartered Bank, Zenith Bank, and Enterprise Bank. 3. Dr. Olusegun Alibiosu, First Bank plc. Dr. Olusegun Alibiosu is the Managing Director/CEO of First Bank plc. He earned a Doctor of Veterinary Medicine from the University of Ibadan and an MBA from Cranfield University, UK. Before joining First Bank, he held significant roles at KPMG, Citibank Nigeria, and the Africa Finance Corporation. Mrs. Yemesi Eden, FCMB plc. Mrs. Yemesi Eden is the Managing Director/CEO of FCMB plc, becoming the first female to hold the position at FCMB. She holds a bachelor degree in chemistry from the University of Ife and a master's in international accounting and finance from the University of Liverpool. She is a fellow of ICANN and has over 30 years of experience in the financial sector. Mrs. Miriam Olyosanya, GTCO plc. Mrs. Miriam Olyosanya is the Managing Director/CEO Guarantee Trust Co., the first woman to lead the bank. She holds a bachelor's degree in pharmacy from the University of Ibadan and an MBA in finance and accounting from the University of Liverpool. She has over 20 years of experience across various units, including transaction services, asset and liability management, and financial markets. Mr. Oliver Alawuba, UBA Bank plc. Mr. Oliver Alawuba is the Managing Director/CEO of UBA Bank plc. He holds a bachelor's degree in agriculture and a master's degree in food technology from the University of Nigeria, Nsukka. He has over 25 years of banking experience, having worked with UBA in various capacities, including as CEO of UBA Africa. Mrs. Edeora Yumioji, Zenith Bank plc. Mrs. Edeora Yumioji is the GMD/CEO of Zenith Bank. She holds a Bachelor of Science in Sociology from the University of Jos and another in Accounting from Bayes University, Abuja. She received her Master of Law from the University of Salford, UK, a Master's in Business Administration from the University of Calabar. She also holds a Doctorate in Business Administration from Apollos University. Mrs. Nneka Enwereji, Citibank Nigeria Limited. Mrs. Nneka Enwereji is the Chief Executive Officer/Country Officer and Banking Head Nigeria. She holds a Bachelor of Science in Computer Science and Economics, graduating with first-class honors from Obafemi Awolowo University and an MBA at the Warwick Business School in the UK. With over 20 years at Citibank, she has held various roles across the UK, Nigeria, and South Africa. Jubra Moboloji Lawal, Ecobank Nigeria. Mr. Jubro Moboloji Lawal is the Managing Director of Ecobank Nigeria. He holds a bachelor's degree in law from the University of Lagos and a master's in international law from the University of Cambridge. Before joining Ecobank, he held senior positions at Guarantee Trust Bank and Access Bank. Mr. Elias Igbinikenzua, Globus Bank Limited. Mr. Elias Igbinikenzua is the Managing Director of Globus Bank Limited. He holds a bachelor's degree from the University of Benin and an MBA from Enugu State University of Science and Technology. He has been in the banking industry for over 25 years, 12 of which he held the position of executive director in Nigeria's two biggest banks, 8 and 4 years in Zenith and Access, respectively. Mr. Hossein Imam, Keystone Bank Limited. Mr. Hossein Imam is the managing director of Keystone Bank Limited. Hossein holds a master's degree in business administration from Business School Netherlands, an MSc in treasury management and an MSc in banking and finance from Bayero University, Kano. He also earned a Bachelor of Science in economics from Osman Dan Fodio University, Sokoto. Mr. Ademola Odayemi, Optimus Bank. Mr. Ademola Odayemi is the managing director of Optimus Bank. He is a graduate of Obafemi Awolowo University with first-class honors in social studies. He holds a master's degree with a distinction average in test and measurements and a PhD from the Obafemi Awolowo University. He served in GT Bank as the executive director and head of international banking. Keod Lewal, Polaris Bank plc. Mr. Keod Lewal is the managing director of Polaris Bank. He was an executive director in charge of corporate and investment banking of Sterling Bank plc. He holds the designation of a Fellow of ICANN, CITN and the CIBN. Mr. Lewal is an alumnus of the Lagos Business School, the Columbia University Graduate School of Business, and the University of Oxford. Emmanuel F. Emefinim, Premium Trust Bank. Emmanuel F. Emefinim is the founder and CEO of Premium Trust Bank. Mr. Emefinim obtained a Bachelor of Science degree in microbiology and 2 master's degrees in banking and finance and business administration, respectively, at University of Benin. He served in Sterling Bank as Executive Director, Institutional Banking Directorate. Mr. Wola Adeniyi, Stanbic IBTC Bank plc. Mr. Wola Adeniyi is the Chief Executive Officer at Stanbic IBTC Bank. He holds a Bachelor of Science degree in Business Administration, first-class honors from the University of Benin as well as a master's degree in administration from the University of Manchester. He is also a Fellow of the Institute of Chartered Accountants of Nigeria. Mr. Wola Adeniyi has over 30 years' experience in banking. Mr. Ajin Chokudolu, Standard Chartered Bank Nigeria Limited. Mr. Ajin Chokudolu is the MD/CEO of Standard Chartered Bank Nigeria Limited. He holds an MBA in Finance and Strategy from Harvard Business School and a bachelor's degree in Economics from Dartmouth College. He has over 25 years of banking experience, having worked with Citibank, HSBC, and Standard Chartered in various leadership roles. Mr. Abubakar Suleiman, Sterling Bank plc. Mr. Suleiman is the MD/CEO of Sterling Bank plc. He holds a bachelor's degree in economics from the University of Abuja and a master's degree in major program management from the University of Oxford. He joined Sterling Bank in 2006 and has held various positions, including Chief Financial Officer and Executive Director. Dr. Adis Udensi, Titan Trust Bank Ltd. Dr. Adis Udensi is the MD/CEO of Titan Trust Bank Limited. She holds a bachelor's degree in banking and finance from the Enugu State University of Science and Technology and MBA from the Rivers State University of Science and Technology and Bangor University, UK, as well as a PhD in credit management from the University of Panama. She has over 23 years of banking experience. Mrs. Yotunbi Oni, Union Bank of Nigeria plc. Mrs. Yotunbi Oni is the Chief Executive Officer of Union Bank of Nigeria plc. She assumed the role in January 2024, bringing with her over 30 years of experience in the financial services sector. Prior to this appointment, Mrs. Oni served as the first female managing director and CEO of Standard Chartered Bank Sierra Leone, where she led the successful strategic sale of the bank to Access Bank Sierra Leone. Mrs. Oluwatimi Samfon, Unity Bank plc. Mrs. Oluwatimi Samfon is the MD/CEO of Unity Bank plc. She holds a bachelor degree in English from Obafemi Awolowo University and is a Fellow of ICANN. She has over 35 years of experience in the banking sector, having worked with Arthur Andersen, United Bank for Africa, and Prudent Bank. Mr. Maruf Osini, Wima Bank plc. Mr. Maruf Osini is the MD/CEO of Wima Bank plc. He holds a bachelor degree in economics from the University of Ibadan, an MBA from INSEAD, France, and a master's in public administration from Harvard University. He has over 25 years of cognate experience, with more than 16 years at senior executive management levels. Maruf is a member of the board of NIBSS. Mr. Olufemi Baker, Paralex Bank Ltd. Mr. Olufemi Baker is the managing director of Paralex Bank Limited. Olufemi holds bachelor's and master's degrees in banking and finance from the University of Lagos and has more than 36 professional certifications. He is an honorary senior member of the Chartered Institute of Bankers of Nigeria. Mr. Walter Akponi, Providus Bank Limited. Mr. Walter Akponi is the MD/CEO of Providus Bank Limited. He has over 3 decades of experience. He holds a Master of Science degree in finance from the University of Strathclyde, Scotland. He was pioneer staff at Standard Trust Bank plc, now United Bank for Africa, and pioneer staff at Platinum Bank Limited. He disengaged from Platinum Bank Ltd as Vice President, Institutional Banking. Mrs. Halima Buba, SunTrust Bank Nigeria Limited. Halima Buba is the MD/CEO of SunTrust Bank Nigeria Limited after serving as the Deputy General Manager in Ecobank Nigeria. Buba graduated with a bachelor's degree in business management and MBA from the University of Maiduguri. She is an alumnus of the Lagos Business School, an honorary member of the Chartered Institute of Bankers, and a fellow of the Institute of Management Consultants. Mr. Paul Ebiagam, Coronation Merchant Bank Limited. Mr. Paul Ebiagam, Managing Director of Coronation Merchant Bank Limited. He holds a Bachelor of Science in Botany from the University of Benin and an MBA from Lagos Business School. He previously served as the pioneer Managing Director/CEO of Guarantee Trust Pension Managers Limited. He is an honorary senior member of the Chartered Institute of Bankers of Nigeria and a fellow of the Chartered Institute of Management Accountants of the United Kingdom. Mr. Afolabi Olarode, FBN Quest Merchant Bank Limited. Mr. Afolabi Olarode is the Managing Director of FBN Quest Merchant Bank Limited. He holds a Bachelor in Estate Management from University of Lagos and a Master's in Corporate and International Finance from Durham Business School, UK. He is a member of the Institute of Directors Nigeria and a past Director of Administration with the Association of Nigerian Issuing Houses. Mrs. Bukola Smith, FSDH Merchant Bank Limited. Bukola Smith is the Managing Director of FSDH Merchant Bank Limited. She holds an MBA from Alliance Manchester Business School, University of Manchester, UK, and a Bachelor in Economics from the University of Lagos. She brings 29 years of progressive experience in the banking industry with a track record of strategic execution and leadership. Before her appointment as Managing Director, she was the Executive Director, Business Development at First City Monument Bank. Mr. Benson Ogundeji, Greenwich Merchant Bank Limited. Mr. Benson Ogundeji is the Managing Director of Greenwich Merchant Bank. He holds a Bachelor in Banking and Finance from Ogun State University. He is a Fellow of both the ICANN and Institute of Chartered Accountants of Nigeria. Prior to his joining Greenwich as an Executive Director, he was a General Manager at Ecobank and at various times acted as the Business Head of Corporate Bank at Ecobank. Mr. Bayo Ajayi, Rand Merchant Bank Nigeria Limited. Mr. Bayo Ajayi is the CEO of Rand Merchant Bank. He has over 24 years of financial services experience in the industry. He holds a Bachelor of Science degree in Chemical Engineering from Obafemi Awolowo University. He is a Fellow of both the Institute of Chartered Accountants of Nigeria and the Association of Chartered Certified Accountants, United Kingdom. Mr. Adebowel Oyedeji, Nova Merchant Bank Limited. Mr. Adebowel Oyedeji is the Managing Director and CEO of Nova Merchant Bank. He holds a Bachelor of Science in Agricultural Economics from the University of Ibadan, a Master's in Financial Economics from the University of London, an Advanced Management program from Harvard Business School. Oyedeji was previously the MD/CEO of Guarantee Trust Bank UK, Executive Director of Guarantee Trust Bank Group, and was on the board of Stanbic IBTC. Mr. Hossein Youssef, Alternative Bank Limited. Mr. Hossein Youssef is the MD/CEO of Alternative Bank Limited. He holds a Bachelor in Commerce from Osmania University, India, and an MSc in Economics from the International Islamic University, Malaysia. He was Chief Executive Officer at the Habshil Bank International, CEO at HAY Consultancy, and CEO at International Bank of Somalia. Haruna Musa, Jais Bank PLC. Haruna Musa is the Managing Director/CEO of Jais Bank PLC. He is a seasoned banker with over 27 years of cognate experience in banking across Nigeria and Africa. He holds a Bachelor of Agriculture from Ahmadu Bello University, Zaria. He earned his PhD in Islamic Banking Finance at the University Utara in Malaysia. A Master's in Finance Management from Cranfield University, UK. Kafulat Areoy, Lotus Bank Limited. Kafulat Areoy is the Managing Director of Lotus Bank Limited. She holds a first degree in history from the Obafemi Awolowo University, a Master's in Industrial Relations and Personal Management from the University of Lagos, graduating as the best student in her class. Having put over 25 years into banking, Kafulat has expertise in virtually all areas of core banking. Ahmed Joda, TAG Bank Nigeria Limited. Ahmed Joda is the founder, MD/CEO of TAG Bank Nigeria Limited. He is a banker with over 20 years banking experience. He holds a BSc in Business Administration, Banking and Finance from the University of Maiduguri and MBA from Bayero University, Kano. He is also a member of the Chartered Institute of Banking of Nigeria. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, kindly subscribe and like this channel for more content. Goodbye.